everybody, my name is Tanya and this is my TBR for Dewey's 24-hour readathon. So I've made a last minute decision to join in on the readathon. I haven't participated in Dewey's before, this is going to be my first time and I'm very much looking forward to it. So Dewey's 24-hour readathon, as I'm sure you already know, is exactly what it sounds like. It's a readathon that lasts for just the 24 hours and the aim is to kind of, just try and read for as long as you can during that time. Unlike a lot of other readathons where it starts at midnight your time on a certain date, it ends at midnight your time on a certain date, instead Dewey's 24-hour readathon, everybody's reading during the same time. So you've got a set time in your time zone where we start, and then for 24 hours we read as much as we can and see how it goes. So for me in Victoria, Australia, my start time is 10 PM on the 23rd of April and running through until 10 PM on the 24th. I decided that I would join in because it's actually a long weekend in Australia, so I've got a recovery day after the readathon, and I thought, why not then? So I've got an absolutely ridiculous stack of things that I might possibly choose from during the readathon. There is absolutely no way that I think I'm going to get through all of these books, but I have got a nice big stack of choices. I figure if I'm trying to read as much as I can in this period of time, then changing up and having some different things to go for might be a good idea. So here are a stack of things that I'm going to be choosing from. So yesterday, before I had made the decision to join in on the readathon, I filmed a Friday Reads video that I haven't put up now because things have completely changed. But the three things that I spoke about in that Friday Reads video, I am still wanting to get to sooner rather than later, and so I'm hoping to make some progress on each of these during the readathon. The first of those is the April pick for the Feminist Orchestra book club, and that is A Room of One's Own by Virginia Woolf. This is a teeny tiny little thing, so I'm hoping it will go quite fast. This is an essay that Virginia Woolf wrote about being an author as a woman, and as I said, it's the next pick for the Feminist Orchestra book club, which as always, all details down below, and so I'm very much looking forward to getting to this. The next is something that I have to complete before the end of the month, so best to get moving on it soon, and that is my Agatha Christie for the month. This time it's Mrs. McGinty's Dead. This is one of her Poirot stories, and one that I've not read before, don't know anything about it, but looking forward to getting to this one. And then the third thing that's got a bit of a time frame is something that I'm super excited about, and that is this one. This is an art copy of Helen Oyemi's new short story collection, What Is Not Yours Is Not Yours, which was very kindly sent to me by Pam McMillan in Australia. This one is being released on the 26th here in Australia, so on Tuesday. So I'm hoping that I can get through this one and maybe do a bit of a review before it comes out. I'm not sure whether that's going to happen, but I'd like to at least aim to do that. And being a short story collection, I can fit this one in and around other things that I pick up during these 24 hours, so I'm hoping to get to that soon. So those were the things that I was aiming to pick up over this weekend anyway, but I've got a selection of other things that I may or may not pick up. It's kind of a combination of things that I've already got on the go and really need to try and finish soon, and things that I have from the library and I really better try and read soon because then I have to go back. So I've got a bit of a combination here, and let's just get into those. So for the things that I'm currently reading, I'm still making my way through Adulting, which is How to Become a Grown-Up in 468 Easy-ish Steps by Kelly Williams Brown. I am most of the way through this. I am around here, so I've got a bit to go. I'm really enjoying this, but I haven't picked it up for a while because I've been sidetracked with other things, so I would like to knock the rest of this over if I can. Something that I've been reading for a ridiculously long time is Cranky Ladies of History, which I started reading from the Hour Readathon readathon, which was in February? Probably. And this is a series of short stories based on different women from history. I haven't really got far. I haven't picked this up in weeks. But again, being short stories, it might be good to put in and around other things during the readathon. And then the third thing I've got here that I currently have on the go is something that I keep umming and ahhing whether I'm going to continue on with. I haven't picked it up in weeks probably. It's taking me a very long time to read the little bit that I have. It's something that I started as a buddy read. Everybody who's been wanting to read it is well and truly finished, I'm sure. And I'm just kind of languishing on going, yeah. So I might try and use this next 24 hours to finally decide, am I going to commit to it or am I just going to put it aside for another day? And that is The Dyed Avocado by Lane Dundee. I am currently on page 65 of this one. I haven't been very impressed so far, but the little bit I read on after the first chapter was getting a bit better, and then I didn't pick it up again. So maybe I will try and sit down with this for a couple of hours during the readathon and see whether I want to do this or whether it's not the time right now. A couple of other options of things that I own that are going on this TBR because just cause I have something that has to go on, and that is the 7th book in the Animal series, This Is a Stranger. Of course, I've been reading one of these every readathon that I've done lately, loving it. So this has to go on and find some time in the 24 hours to read this. And then something that I would really like to squeeze in if I can, something that I'd like to read sooner rather than later. This is The Empire Striketh Back by Ian Dozier. This is the next book in the William Shakespeare Star Wars series. I read the Shakespeare version of A New Hope during the Genreathon, which I still need to film a wrap-up about, which will hopefully be coming soon. But I absolutely adored it and really, really want to read the rest of these and rewatch the films because... And now on to some things that I have from the library that I really need to get to. First is something that I've shown before and I've been meaning to get to and just haven't, and that is Alley of Law by Brandon Sanderson. I borrowed this one so I could read it and then move on to the next book for the BooktubeSFF Awards. That hasn't happened, but I've still got the 3 books in the series out from the library. They should be quick, like fast-paced, engaging reads, so I thought, you know, that might be good for when I'm flagging a little bit. But this is here as a possibility maybe. Next is a complete random borrow. I saw it on the shelves and went, I'm going to take that home. And that is Little Tales of Misogyny by Patricia Highsmith. This, again, is a short story collection. Reading the back of this, it sounds amazing. So it says, the title says it all. Long out of print, this cult classic resurfaces with a vengeance. From the man who makes the mistake of asking his prospective father-in-law for his daughter's hand in marriage, to Una, the alluring cavewoman. In these provocative, often hilarious sketches, Highsmith turns her next-door neighbours into sadistic psychopaths lying in wait amongst white picket fences and manicured lawns. So that sounds awesome. I would love to get to this before I have to return it to the library because it sounds amazing. Next up is another complete random borrow from the library, something I spotted, thought that was completely different, and that is this one, which is Last Night's Reading, Illustrated Encounters with Extraordinary Authors by Kate Gavino. And this one is just a collection of little illustrations that Kate Gavino does when she attends author readings. And so she goes to an author event, she does a little sketch of the author and writes down her favourite quote from the evening. And so this is just examples of that. It's just illustrations of different authors and something that they said during that author event. And I think that's just a fascinating idea, something really, really different. And since there's not really all that much text in this, it might be a good choice for when I'm starting to flag a bit in the readathon. And then, of course, because this is a readathon, I have a stack of graphic novels that I might pick up that I have got from the library. The first one I have here is Descender Volume 1 by Jeff Lemire and Dustin Yoon. This one is for the BooktubeSFF Awards. I've heard fantastic things about this, so I think I will definitely like to pick this one up at least during the readathon. We'll see how things go. Next I have the first 2 volumes of The Wicked and the Vine, the first act and Fandemonium. Again, Fandemonium is on the BooktubeSFF Awards, so that's why I have these. I've heard very mixed things about these, some really great, some really bad, so I'm looking forward to seeing where I fall. And if I manage to read Descender and the second volume of The Wicked and the Vine, I will have read all the books in the graphic novel category for the BooktubeSFF Awards, so that's pretty exciting. Next I have volume 1 and 2 of Sex Criminals. We have One Weird Trick and Two Worlds, One Cop. I've heard great things on BookTube, so I thought I'd find out what all the fuss is about. And last up, for some complete fun, I have Lumberjanes Volume 2, Friendship to the Max, and I read the first volume of Lumberjanes a while back for another readathon, I think, but I haven't picked up subsequent volumes yet, but I have volume 2 here, so that's another possibility for the readathon. So that is an absolutely ridiculous choice pile, and that's exactly what I planned it to be, just a big stack of things that I can draw from, depending on how I feel throughout the 24 hours. So if you're going to be participating in the readathon, let me know down in the comments, and good luck. As always, thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!